Good morning. Hope you're right this Thursday morning. Now, as we've been telling you for a while now here at Gaydio, there's a very important referendum happening on May the 22nd in Ireland. They are allowing their country to vote for equal marriage. They are having a referendum, and someone that feels very passionate about it is a playwright and director now living in London, Damien Tracey. Good morning, Damien.
Good morning, Damien.
Good morning. How are you doing, guys?
We're very well indeed. Now, unfortunately, because you've been living in England too long, you're not allowed to vote. Is that right, Damien?
Yeah, that was it. I rung up the voting register in Ireland to see if I could do a postal vote or if I could register to fly home and vote. And because I've been permanently in London for 7 years now, I can't, which is a massive shame.
Yeah, well, you were gutted, weren't you? So much so, you've taken urgent action, haven't you? Tell us what you've done. I was sad that I couldn't vote, and I just thought, I kind of want to put this front and centre. So I sat down last week, spent 10 minutes with some friends, filmed the video, edited it together, and threw it online, kind of trying to encourage my friends and people I know to vote almost on my behalf. So I'm like, if I can kind of get someone or two people to vote on my behalf, then I won't feel too bad about not being able to vote. Yeah, I think you were inspired, weren't you, by some of the other campaigns? There was a campaign that a student union did, actually, getting people to ring their grands to vote. Did that really inspire you?
That was it. I saw that video, and it was just this beautiful idea where they were ringing kind of their mums, their dads, their grands, their grandfathers, and it was just watching that video and just almost seeing the fear and the apprehension in their faces when they made the phone call, and then just watching their face change when they got an unexpected response, kind of going, sure, of course I'm going to vote. Why else wouldn't I vote? And that was really beautiful. And there was another beautiful campaign that was, kind of a more professional video that was done where it's on the day of the referendum, and you've got all these LGBT people kind of stopping by their parents' house, stopping by their parents' work, and just saying, look, it's time. And they're all kind of walking together to the polling station. And I just thought it was just so well done. And I was like, I kind of want to do anything I can to encourage as many people to get out and vote on the 22nd. Yeah,
well, we played a short clip of your video. We didn't play all of it. And the bit we didn't play, which I would like to hear a bit more about, was you talking about coming out to your father and how important it is to have those conversations. Just remind us what happened.
It is. It was, and again, I don't know if I always just been a little bit too self-assured, but I actually came out to my dad when I was 14. So that would have been 1996 in Ireland, and we were having a conversation kind of about what I was going to do for my future, be it, because I was very much into performing and all that type of stuff back then, and he was like, look, I know you're not school focused. So it was like this conversation went on for about an hour and a half, and it took a turn, and there was just something inside me said, I think he's fishing to know if I'm gay. So the conversation kind of almost went down that avenue, and then he was just like, in the arts world, there's a lot of gay people. How would you feel about working with them and dealing with them?
They're on.
I was like, well, I know. I was
Shock.
Like, so I kind of took a breath, and I was like, you know what, Dad? I think I'd be okay because I'm gay. Totally kind of, in my head, I was thinking that's where he was going, and it very much wasn't. He was, he wasn't prepared for that at all, and it was I just saw the colour drain from his face, and I immediately thought, crap, I think I've made a massive mistake here.
Right.
But I was also kind of going, you know what? Even at 14, I didn't want to spend my life lying to them or pretending that, I just haven't met the right girl yet. I'm like, no. So it was, Did
it take him a while to accept it then, Damien?
Yeah, massively. As in, and I can say this now because the man is my best friend. He is just one of the people I admire most in the world because of how much he has continued to grow. And, regardless of what his initial views were on my sexuality, he was always an incredible fun. Both my parents, my mum and my dad, are the epitome of love, of sacrifice, and they literally put us all first. But back then, it was very much the day you walked through the front door with another man is the last day you'll ever come home.
And have you convinced him to vote?
Yeah, they're both voting.
their vote, which is incredible. That's the thing, because inspired by the university campaign, I rang Mum and Dad a couple of weeks ago, and I turned around to Mum, I was like, are you guys registered to vote in the referendum? They're like, oh, well, sure, we're always registered to vote. And so I turned around to Mum, I'm like, are you voting yes? And there was a beat, and it was all, she's like, well, yeah. As if I'd asked her the most stupidest question in the whole world. And it was just lovely. It was all, yeah, of course we're voting. Anyway, we're coming over for your nephew's communion. And it was that, oh yeah, we're doing that, that's fine. It wasn't a big deal. And that in itself was just incredible.
My dad's
Absolutely
family,
incredible.
My dad's family are from Ireland, as you might guess from the name Ryan, and they're Mullingar
Indeed.
Ryans. And so, I'm certainly very much... I feel a little bit Irish, but only a tiny bit Irish. But I kind of been, even in the last 30 years, how much that country has changed in terms of its attitudes towards things like equal marriage. It's quite remarkable to see it, isn't it? Especially when you see, a star like Mrs. Brown now flying the flag. To think that that's come out of the Republic of Ireland, given some of the attitudes that were there before, and it's just really encouraging to see that. And this is, I guess, the next step on that journey, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and as I kind of said in the video, the fact it's even on the table. Again, when I talk about coming out at 14 and back in 1996, it literally feels like I'm genuinely speaking about a different country in every sense. Like there was a tiny gay club in Cork. There was a small gay bar, which is the oldest gay bar in Ireland, which unfortunately just closed down this weekend, which is quite sad. Yeah, they just through redevelopment and funding and so on, they closed the doors, but that was it. And it was very much in the underground scene. And now when you kind of, I'm not saying that Cork has become, the San Francisco of Europe, but it certainly got, it's not as hidden anymore. And it's insane. It's changed beyond recognition. And you don't really appreciate it till you look back and think, my God.
Okay, and you've had a good response to your video so far on YouTube?
Because I kind of put it up, as I said, with the kind of aim of maybe getting, some people who are undecided that I know to almost take my place. And I put it up on the Sunday night. And then, because, I'm producing a couple of shows at the moment and writing a couple of things. So I was kind of in and out of meetings all day on the Monday, and then I went online on Monday night and just sat there. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I sat in front of the computer and just cried because it was comment after comment on both my page, on families' pages that had shared it. Guys I went to primary school with, guys that I almost felt sick at the thought of them finding out it was gay, sending me messages going, so proud of you.
Wow, that is absolutely brilliant. Well, there you go. You can't vote, but you have definitely done your part to influence the referendum on May the 22nd. Well, thank you. But I'll tell you what we'll do then, because people haven't seen it, we'll tweet the link to your full video. Thank you very much. That is Damien Tracey.
Thanks, Damien.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Good to talk to you.